Hey, that Formula
So
One was that Formula One
you
fire,
got
bro?
outside a bad boy.
It was cool.
Mace left the game.
I thought it was a
Um,
race, but really they was
you
just
know, you was still
They was
there.
they
just
was
they was
just
just
driving
showing
back and
off type of.
yeah,
Before
they
that,
was
said
just
you
showing
told about
off.
a
They
few
was
things,
like
so
doing
why
donuts
you need a
in
race.
the intersection and then
But
driving
do
back
you think
across.
your
Like they had the
relationship
whole
with Puff
street blocked
became
off,
too much as a
like a
friend and
few
not a
blocks down
business
there, like
partner?
in front of the
And maybe
stadium.
that's why the
Then
situation
the
that you
intersection
got in
right
was
there was
because you didn't
they
look
had
at them
that
as an
blocked off.
executive or
And
business
they were
partner,
just going back and
or
forth, showing the
knowing,
different
okay,
Formula
we're
One
doing
cars,
business and
the
you're also
different
my friend.
Red Bull cars.
For those that don't
So they
know,
had a
because you know
racing,
you
they had like
sports,
a racing truck, like the
do the
flat, they
Google on
race
that.
flatbed.
Sean went to jail for 10 years
Then
after
F1,
for
they had a race car.
quote unquote
It was
shootout from
one more,
somebody.
one other thing they had. So
And Puff was there, J-Lo, so on and so forth, but you kind of got blamed for that. And the question I guess I'm asking you is, you were there with Puff, and you didn't say anything towards Puff, and when I actually say anything now, but do you think y'all two got too friendly as a friendship, or that's just how you look at it, why maybe that situation may have happened?
Well, initially, Puff and I weren't friends at all.
Okay.
You know, because when I came to the label, you know, I'm a Brooklyn kid, so
That boy took the
I
rap.
got that, you know, Brooklyn Vietnam attitude. I was sleeping at the 35th Street crib with the shotgun under the mattress. Like, I was still traumatized from how I grew up in Brooklyn. So I'm always someone trying to eat my food, and I gotta make sure no one eats my food. And then, you know, I started thinking I'm the CEO of Bad Boy. I'm like, you know, what's the difference between me and Pop?
What made you say that?
Not just my attitude, like wherever I go, I'm the alpha, so I feel like I'm supposed to be him. And not really understanding the process of becoming him, right? So I get to that part, but like, I was so wild with it. That's when you was in Atlanta. I was taking out his joints, Puff joints. Like his main joints ended up being his baby mother type joint. And he wasn't happy about that. So like, he wasn't messing with me at all. Like, yeah, don't put him in the studio. Put him over there. Matter of fact, one of y'all want to buy his contract, like get him up out of here. He's too much. And I go back to Brandy. So that was the whole 98 after I signed. I'm just AWOL, I'm doing whatever I want to do. I'm not messing with nobody. I think I'm him. I'm popping Cristal, you know, Gucci Parker, Alpo, you know, parking the 600 outside, just leaving it open and come back and get it tomorrow, right? And then at the end of the year, so I was friends with a rap diva. You know, she sold a couple million records too. And somehow her and Brandy got into something related to me. So Brandy hit me, she's like, yo, you know, blah, blah, blah. Who you think you are? Like, you're nobody, you ain't selling no records. Like, you don't got emotion like that, in essence, right? And that really devastated me, because she was right. Like, I haven't sold any records, and it's been a year, and all I'm doing is getting dressed up every day, looking fly, sniping. But where the records at? Where's my number ones? Where's my classic? And I just had an epiphany. And so I went to Puff like right after the New Year, and I was like, listen, you got the Holy Grail, you know, I need the blueprint. Let's work. And so it really started from business, CEO, him being Phil Jackson, and me wanting to get into the game and you know, become the MVP of the team, but understanding that, you know, I gotta come to practice. You know, I might have to give all the superstars water. I might have to, you know, go through the process to become him. So it was really business, but then I'm loyal. So, you know, under any circumstances, if I'm there with my comrades and someone is trying to hurt one of us, I'm gonna defend you, I'm gonna defend myself. But it really was business. I appreciated that because it wasn't a friendship before. Yeah.
So, Mace, let me ask you a question. Sean said you took him, like, in, so it's like, befriended him. but you're not friendly with a lot of people. Why, Sean, did you feel like you need to befriend him or tell him whatever you need to tell him?
Yeah, when Sean first came to the label, it's interesting because his story is kind of different than mine. Like, I remember I met Sean. I don't know if you were there. I'm trying to get the story right. I was at this party were you at the Clyde Davis party?
Grammy party as usual.
It was like the writers party. I think.
Party that he had during Grammy week?
Yeah. So we was at the party. I want to make sure I get the facts straight because I like that statement that he stated. And Paul was trying to put us against each other. You Jedi. I just knew artists coming. I said, oh, listen. Once in a lifetime. You gotta wait another lifetime. Nigga, it's good. So he told me about Sean. I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm just super arrogant at the time. Like, I hear you. So we kind of thinking the same way. And it just seemed like when Sean got there, it was like, I root for the underdog. So everybody was kind of like trying to go against Sean, right? So this is my understanding of Sean. He can clarify. The first time I heard Sean, we was just talking. The next time it was a car accident. The next time niggas were trying to jump you in the studio. So I remember, my brain, I remember everything.
Right.
Niggas tried to jump Sean in the studio. Junior Mafia tried to jump.
Okay, you talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, so then we get to Atlanta, me and Sean, we first hanging out. Sean gets off the elevator. I don't know if you remember that. Sean, niggas was wearing white tee. Sean got blood all on his white tee. I'm like, yo, Sean, what happened? Sean beat the security guard. He beat Pop's security guard. You remember that? I said, yo, Sean, what's good? Then he said, nah, man, this nigga was out of pocket, man. Coming downstairs. Oh, yeah, everybody's coming downstairs to see who it was.
Yeah.
It was a security guard, so that nigga Pop is really tight because Sean beat his security.
He was like 6'6".
Yeah, nigga like 6'6". But it was in the elevator, so it's who get on first. So we come down and everybody lost respect for all Puff security. You're like, yo, you know how this beat is. We not respecting nothing. We on our own.
He said we on our own.
That's what he was saying.
Hello, Franco, cereal.
That's the backstory. Like the CEO, you beat the nigga security up, you got a nigga girl. Hey, I think it's kind of what he said.
Right.
So that was the whole thing for me, and watching him, coming. I knew he had style. I knew he had talent. I knew he had the thing that we had, right? Like it don't matter who's in the room.
Right.
We know we had nigga.
Right.
Like most artists don't have that. So that was rare to find that in most Brooklyn niggas, because even to this day, I don't know a Brooklyn nigga that got it. With all the niggas we know, because like the way he has that we have Killer is that, and I like when niggas tell the truth, because I don't have no problem with the truth. Other niggas would see us will still be kind of intimidated, even though they got more than us.
Yeah.
You could feel it that, nigga, you just over me because you got more money than me.
Yeah.
Right. I get half of that money, nigga.
Right.
It's current. So he had that too. So I felt a need to do with him, pause what Big did with me. He gave me all of the plays of how to move around these niggas so you can get to where you gotta go. And that's really is my son's story when it comes to Sean.
Do you think?
I think, as far as a clarification, I think murder's 100%.
Real-time location sharing. With Life 360. They're golden. They're crispy. They're tender. They're buttermilk shrimp nibblers. Let's play that back. Yeah, nice. Here for a shrimp time. Not a long time. Only in White Castle.
nationwide delivery. We have a huge selection of quality furniture in stock, all at our everyday low prices. And our expert delivery teams are the best in the business. We inspect, assemble, and do all the heavy lifting to place your new furniture exactly where you want it. We also handle the cleanup. We remove and recycle all the boxes and packing material, so there's no mess for you to deal with. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your new furniture at the best prices from American Furniture Warehouse. Balance transfer credit cards. Here's what you might not know. For starters, you can see your approval before you apply. How? Credit Karma shows you not only the cards that can work for you, but they also tell you the chances you have of being approved for each one. And if you're looking for a balance transfer card, some will have you paying no interest during the intro APR period. Open the Credit Karma app and find your card.
But when I started, I think it was love. But then, you know, the arrogance as far as, you know, there was like, yo, this dude. So initially everybody was like, yeah. But then after a while, they're like, yo, I think I caused a lot of that karma on myself. Because I was running around, you know, young, dumb, full of.
Do you think that people, when you say Drew or whoever, do you think that people at the label felt like, even though he passed away, RP, he was trying to replace Big because maybe we talked about his cadence. We talked about this on other shows that it's just the way he talks or the way he raps. He wasn't trying to be anybody. You could hear the way he's talking now. Do you think that people felt that? Because I remember being in entertainment and I was like, nigga got it, nigga trying to sound just like Big. Hey, look what Puff doing. You know, they're blaming it on Puff. Do you think people at Bad Boy felt that way as well?
Yeah and no. I think initially everybody felt that because you gotta remember Big died, so it's like Sean was almost like, to me, the first time I heard Fab, right? And I'm thinking like, what is he doing? Like, you know, because at that time you had never heard anybody that sounded remotely close to somebody. But then when I use Fab as an example because after it you like, nah, this nigga's fire. Right? Like you gotta give it up. If a nigga fire, he fire. It's just that simple. And even though a person can start with your cadence, they can grow into something that's much different. That's theirs, and that's what I saw it as. So at first it was a lot. It was a lot because I was in the studio with Big. So when I first heard Sean, I was like, what's Puff doing? Like, you know, I was one of those people too. Like, what is he doing? But when I met him, I was like, nah, he's gonna be good. But then when I heard the record, when I first heard the record, his first single, I was like, oh yeah, he gets it.
Right.
And for the record, you know, Caesar's my guy.
Yeah.
He gonna be in Brooklyn May 2nd. Right. Rock, you know, PK Rule, everybody. So
real quick, folks. So let's real quick put the pass on pause for a second. Tell us what you got going on right now since we brought it up. What you have going on?
Oh man, besides just leaving the studio with Dr. Dre yesterday. Okay. You know, creating some classics.
You named Dr. Dre. Tell us everything so we don't have to say, why was you in the studio with Dr. Dre? Besides being in the studio. Yeah, man.
You got some guys out here camping saying that they got Dre records, but they wasn't in the studio with Dre. They got, might have some.
So you want to get back into music, what you said?
Remember we did that on. All right, that's right.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we you know, I lost my seat in the House of Representatives in actually a year exactly, March 12th, 2025. And when I lost my seat, I didn't expect to lose my seat. You know, I was completely committed to Belize and developing Belize and serving the people of Belize and giving the young shines, boys and girls, opportunities, etc. But when I lost my seat, I said, all right, well, how am I going to spend my time over the next couple of years until we have elections again? Mm-hmm. And I said, you know, private sector. I want to do some resorts and restaurants. I'm going to do Brooklyn Chop House in Belize. You know, Don Poole is my partner. Everybody knows Brooklyn Chop House. And I said, you know, I had been talking about making new albums while I was in Parliament.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have the bandwidth. So like when we put out the Honorable Shine, the Hulu documentary, I just didn't have the bandwidth, and I didn't want to release a project that wasn't classic Shine. Like if it's not gonna sound as good.
When you go into these, when you go to a fashion show, do you have a LeBron-like mentality, or you have a Michael Jackson mentality, like I'm about to moonwalk? Or is it just like you going there on your own wave? Like you going there on your own wave type, your mentality going into a show.
Yeah, you're definitely closer to Michael Jackson than LeBron James. I don't know.
Say, what do you mean, like, when you say LeBron? Right, let's go like this, What was you thinking about when you make this piece?
Jermaine Dupri,
Oh, you got on?
and I just started going around to each
Making
state,
some fly shit, but it's all
just popping up.
making the shit that's versatile, you can work out in, you can still do some fly shit.
Once in a lifetime, I think it's gonna be a few more lifetimes.
Something different, something artistic, something catch the eye. And obviously it's a combination of, you know,
Once I got that record
it's
done,
a collage type piece. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of
and so
stuff
I
going on.
came to California, in
Well,
October last year, in October, and I went on Big Boy show, and I was like, listen, when we Dre,
For the younger designers, what
got to see Dre.
what advice would you give to them?
Like I got Swiss.
Keep going.
Like that, keep going. Feel like you give them the Kobe stare down. Keep going. Well, last question. Where can they find you at?
So page on Instagram, now Luxury World. First page. So it's just
Yeah, you're not supposed to have a seat when you got.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'll give my seat up. But
Yeah.
that was, to me, that's what I saw when I was looking.